Hey everybody, this is Kit from Kit's Cars. I'm here to talk you through a little bit of a afternoon drive in my 718 Spyder. Most of this video is going to be set up so you can just hear the audio the car makes, because one of the things that people are very concerned about with the 718 Spyder is how good it sounds. And a lot of people out there lament the 981 generation of the GT4 and Spyder sounding better. Well, I think in the low RPMs that's true, but once you get this motor wound up, it sounds pretty good in and of itself. The turn-in of this car is just so good. The whole car just rotates around exactly what you want it to do and allows you to apply the correct amount of steering and the right input, and it just responds so nicely. The chassis is very well controlled, the damping is really good, the power comes on in a linear but controllable way and doesn't have the peaks and valleys of the 981 cars. I think this car actually sounds pretty darn good once you get it revved out. It sounds a little hollow in the mid-range, and do keep in mind I have a valve controller from Car Graphics on the car that is keeping the valves open. But the turn-in in this car is so predictable. The car takes a set right away. There's very little body roll. The car feels very connected to the road. You can read a decent amount out of the steering, although it's not as good as some other cars that still have hydraulic steering systems. The thing I appreciate the most about the 718 is the just usability of both the power and grip. This car has a ton of grip with the Pilot Sport Cup 2s. On a lot of cars, the Sport Cup 2s feel like there's too much grip for the road, but this car just is able to use it really easily. You can still slide the car around if you want to. It feels very controllable and easily damped. The brakes feel great. There's a ton of confidence in them. They're very linear in their application. And the power of this car. It's not exactly going to light your hair on fire, but it's pretty good. The car gets up and moves out of its own way, and it feels very balanced in terms of the way the power is delivered. Turn in there, it feels really good. You can hear the car slide around a little bit in that last corner. It's very, very controllable and easy. You definitely feel what's going on. What lacks in the steering in terms of feel, you can feel through the chassis, which is very controllable and easy to drive. One thing I really like about this car is that it deals with bumpy roads a lot better than the 981 Spyder did. The 981 Spyder with the X73 base suspension that was very similar to the regular Boxster didn't get the GT3 style front or the reinforced multi-link rear. This suspension in the 718 has a lot more travel and better damping. There's a lot less bouncing over bumps and loss of traction in bumpy quarters than the 981 Spyder had. Its responsiveness even helps when someone happens to be in your lane during a corner. Tisk tisk. While it's not a GT3 or a 911 with the rear engine that allows it to put power down incredibly early coming out of a corner, this car is no slouch coming out of a corner and puts down power really well. The weight transfer does help,